Timing is everything.
Let's be real. Third-person shooters are an absolute blast. You get the thrill of action, but with the added advantage of seeing your character pull off slick moves. And when you pair that with the Steam Deck, you've got a killer combo of immersive gameplay and portability. The Steam Deck isn't just powerful, it's versatile and fun to play. You can enjoy blockbuster third-person shooters, whether you're at home or on the go. Today, we're diving into 25 incredible third-person shooters that run like butter on the Steam Deck. From heart-pounding shootouts to more tactical, strategy-driven moments, these games prove that the deck was built for this genre. The game collection is suitable for all ages and gamers of every genre. So gaming fans, sit back, grab your deck, and let's dive into the must-play shooters you can carry anywhere. Do you have any favorites or hidden gems I missed? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're playing. If you are excited as we are about today's topic, show some love by liking and subscribing to Retro Pocket for more amazing content.
Here I was again, with all hell breaking loose around another girl I had been trying to protect.
Max Payne 3. I remember when I first played Max Payne 3, released in 2012. It delivered some of the most satisfying gunplay I've ever experienced, all wrapped up in a gritty, noir-style narrative. The game follows Max, a former NYPD detective, now working as a private security contractor in Sao Paulo, Brazil. As usual, everything goes sideways, and I love how Max must shoot his way out of bad situations, blending slow-motion bullet time mechanics and slick cover-based shooting. The intense storytelling combined with heart-pounding action sequences makes it one of the most immersive experiences in third-person shooters. On my Steam Deck, Max Payne 3 runs at a solid 60 FPS on medium settings, and I found it a joy to play on the go. The smaller screen doesn't compromise the game's gritty aesthetic, and I was impressed with how well the controls translate to the deck's button layout. Even the audio design, from the explosive gunfire to the tense music, pulled me deeper into the gameplay. Bullet time sequences look especially great on the deck's screen, making every slow-motion dive feel as intense as it did back in the day. What makes this game perfect for my Steam Deck is the quick, mission-based structure. I can easily play a chapter or two and put it down without feeling like I've missed out. Its portability is a game-changer, offering flexibility without sacrificing the cinematic flair. Plus, those epic shootouts? They never get old, no matter how many times I replay them. If you're looking for an action-packed shooter that feels cinematic, Max Payne 3 is a must-have on your deck.
A time to go low, and a time to go high. A time to strike.
Sniper Elite 4. I've been playing Sniper Elite 4 on my Steam Deck since its release in 2022. Trust me when I say this, it has been an incredible experience. Set deep in World War II, I step into the shoes of Karl Fairburn, a skilled sniper tasked with taking down Nazi forces in Italy. I love the blend of long-range shooting, stealth, and precision. Personally, the real highlight of the game is the slow-motion X-ray kills. They never get old. On my Steam Deck, the game runs smoothly at 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings, and I've found that it doesn't demand lightning-fast reflexes. This makes it perfect for handheld gaming, especially with its tactical gameplay. What surprised me is how well the smaller screen handles the game's impressive detail. From the sprawling Italian landscapes to the intricate enemy movements, watching my bullet travel in slow motion across the battlefield feels even more thrilling on the go. Sniper Elite 4 is an ideal fit for the Steam Deck because I can take my time and plan each move carefully. Whether I am sneaking around an enemy base or lining up the perfect headshot, it's all about enjoying the action at my own pace. Sometimes I just play for 30 minutes, but other times I get completely immersed and lose track of time. It's easily one of my favorite pick-up-and-play titles on the Steam Deck, perfect for quick sessions or extended gameplay. Another thing that I also enjoyed in this game was the tactical co-op and thrilling multiplayer options. Rogue Company. Rogue Company brings fast-paced, multiplayer third-person shooting to the Steam Deck in a big way. When I jumped into the game, I immediately felt the rush of stepping into the shoes of an elite mercenary, battling it out in modes like Team Deathmatch and Demolition. Each character, or rogue, has unique abilities and loadouts, offering a refreshing twist to the classic third-person shooter formula. The game features different game modes based on eliminations or objectives and takes on different maps. Released on the Steam Deck in 2021, Rogue Company runs exceptionally well, holding steady at 60 FPS on low to medium settings. I was impressed by how smooth the action felt, even on the portable deck. Thanks to the intuitive controls, pulling off slick maneuvers like rolling, dodging, and shooting all in one fluid motion, which felt incredibly satisfying. Another standout feature that I liked was the shooting range and tutorial in the training map. For me, Rogue Company is perfect whether I want a quick gaming session or a longer, more competitive playthrough. I love how easy it is to pick up and play, whether I'm looking for a short burst of excitement or a full-on competitive grind. The blend of strategy, unique character abilities, and fast-paced action sets it apart from other multiplayer shooters, especially on a portable device like the Steam Deck. If you're like me and you're searching for a competitive shooter that you can take on the go, this one's a no-brainer. It strikes the perfect balance between depth and accessibility, making every match a thrilling experience.
The boundaries between the universes are coming undone.
Our time has finally come.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. One of the most visually stunning games I've played recently, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, really pulls you into an interdimensional adventure packed with humor, heart, and explosive gameplay. I love how you get to control both Ratchet and newcomer Rivet, hopping between dimensions while battling all sorts of creative enemies. Released on the Steam Deck in 2023, I was surprised at how smoothly Rift Apart runs on this device. Even with its demanding graphics, it manages to hold up at around 40 FPS on medium settings, which I found pretty impressive for a handheld. The fast-paced combat, featuring an array of over-the-top weapons, feels right at home on the deck, making every shootout and boss fight a total blast. For me, the colorful visuals and the charming story make it a fantastic game to dive into, especially when I'm on the go. The quick-paced levels are perfect for short bursts of gameplay, but honestly, once I start, it's hard to put it down. Whether you're new to the series or a longtime fan, I think Rift Apart is a joy to experience on the deck, especially with how well it handles the interdimensional jumps and intense action sequences. Overall, I really enjoyed playing this game. I mean, talk about an epic journey where you can travel with style and join hands with heroes. This game has it all, especially if you're after a visually stunning, action-packed game that doesn't sacrifice performance on the Steam Deck. This one's an absolute must. I couldn't stop smiling while playing it. Risk of Rain 2. When I play Risk of Rain 2, I'm always drawn in by the unique mix of third-person shooting and roguelike elements, which means every run feels fresh and unpredictable. I usually team up with 3 friends, and we dive headfirst into these chaotic battles, facing off against enemies that only get tougher as the game progresses. One of the things I love is how the items we collect constantly change the way we play, giving each session a fresh strategy that keeps me on my toes. On my Steam Deck, which launched in 2020, the game runs smoothly at 60 FPS on low to medium settings, and I think that's perfect for a fast-paced game like this. I've noticed the controls feel really responsive, which is key for a game that relies so heavily on quick reflexes and adjusting to your loadout on the fly. For me, the deck's portability takes it up a notch, letting me dive into a game whenever I'm in the mood, whether it's a short break or a longer session. What really makes Risk of Rain 2 a perfect fit for the Steam Deck, in my opinion, is the game's replayability. Each run offers a different experience, so I never get bored. Whether I'm squeezing in a quick session during a break or settling in for a more extended playthrough, the game always feels fresh. If you're into shooters with a twist like I am, Risk of Rain 2 is a must-play, especially on the Steam Deck. It's the kind of game that keeps you coming back for more. Control. the most visually stunning and mysterious games I've ever played. I take on the role of Jesse Faden, who becomes the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. The building is filled with paranormal events and creatures, and it's my job to wield supernatural abilities and mind-bending weaponry to restore some semblance of order. The story is weird in the best way possible, packed with cryptic lore and unsettling moments that keep me hooked. It was launched on Steam Deck in 2020, a year after its PC release. Control runs surprisingly well. I typically get around 40 to 50 FPS with medium settings, though if I want to push for higher graphics, I know I might need to tweak some settings. The combat feels fluid, and Jesse's telekinetic abilities are a blast to control with the deck. Plus, I still get that eerie atmosphere, even on the smaller screen, making it a gripping experience whether I'm playing during a quick commute or settling in for a longer session. What makes Control truly shine on the Steam Deck is its blend of short missions and deeper exploration. I can easily pick it up for a quick mission, or I can dive deep into the lore for hours if I have the time. With its replayability and solid performance, Control is a top-notch choice for on-the-go gaming. If you enjoy your shooters with a supernatural twist like I do, this game is definitely for you, especially if you want to pass your time. Earth Defense Force 5. If I love pure chaotic fun, Earth Defense Force 5 is where it's at for me. I'm thrown into the role of a soldier defending Earth from massive alien invasions, battling against giant insects and robots. There's nothing subtle about it, just loads of enemies, over-the-top weapons, and explosive action. I'm thrilled with how the Steam Deck handles this chaos. I'm looking at a smooth 60 FPS with low to medium settings, which is perfect for enjoying all that alien destruction. To be honest, it's one of those games where the graphics don't have to push boundaries because the fun factor totally makes up for it. The controls on the deck feel great to me, and I love how seamlessly I can switch between weapons and dodge incoming attacks. Sometimes I do feel that the developers could do better with the graphics of the game, but then again, that is just my personal opinion. It's not like the game's graphics are that bad. I appreciate the emphasis on gameplay over visual fidelity, as it keeps the experience engaging and enjoyable. This game is ideal for short bursts of mindless fun, and the portability of the Steam Deck means I can jump into an alien battle whenever I've got a few minutes. Plus, with the crazy amount of replayability, thanks to dozens of missions and weapon upgrades, I find myself coming back for more bug-squashing action. I think I first played it on the Steam Deck in 2021, and it never gets old, although it was released in 2019 on Steam Deck.
Some entertainment for you. The entertainment. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess Payne.
Resident Evil 4 Remake. The Resident Evil 4 Remake takes everything I loved about the original and cranks it up. I step into Leon Kennedy's shoes once again, tasked with rescuing the president's daughter from a creepy cult in a rural European village. The over-the-shoulder third-person shooting is as tense as ever, and I can't get enough of the improved graphics, updated mechanics, and more dynamic enemy AI that keep me on my toes. On the Steam Deck, I'm almost shocked by how good this game looks and runs. I'm getting a smooth 50 to 60 FPS on medium settings, and the smaller screen absolutely doesn't take away from the intensity of the gameplay. The controls feel responsive, which is crucial when I find myself in the middle of a fight with a group of crazed villagers. What makes this game such a standout for me on the Steam Deck is its perfect mix of tense moments and action-packed sequences. It's easy for me to jump in for a quick chapter, but I often find myself getting hooked for hours. Every time I think I'll put it down, I end up fighting off yet another wave of enemies, feeling that adrenaline rush all over again. It's an essential title for horror fans and shooter enthusiasts like me, and playing it handheld somehow makes the tension even higher. The atmospheric sound design and immersive world truly draw me in, creating an experience I look forward to revisiting. I first played it on the Steam Deck in 2023, and it remains one of my favorites.
Where's our money?
Do you have my back? Always, Dutch.
Red Dead Redemption 2. An absolute masterpiece in storytelling and world building since 2019. I step into the shoes of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw struggling to survive in the rapidly changing American West. The game is a slow burn, and I love how it focuses on exploration, rich character development, and some seriously engaging gunplay that keeps me coming back for more. On the Steam Deck, RDR2 runs beautifully for me, maintaining around 40 FPS on medium settings. I find that the game's vast, open world feels even more immersive when I can take it with me wherever I go. The controls are responsive, and there's something magical about riding through the wilderness or getting into shootouts in handheld mode. It's hard to describe, but that freedom feels even more intense on a portable device. What makes Red Dead Redemption 2 perfect for the Steam Deck is that I can pick it up and lose myself in its world for hours, or just complete a few quick missions when I've got some spare time. The portability makes it feel like I've got the Wild West in my pocket. I first played this gem on the Steam Deck in 2021, and if you haven't tried it yet, I'd say it's a must.
I like working solo anyway.
Enemy presence detected. Analysis complete.
Eliminate him, however you see fit.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Most well-crafted open-world stealth games I've ever played. I step into the role of Big Boss, carrying out missions in vast open environments where I can choose between full-on stealth or diving straight into action. The depth of mechanics and the freedom to approach each mission, however, really make this game stand out in the stealth genre. The story keeps me hooked from start to finish, and the level of detail in the world building is absolutely top-notch. On the Steam Deck, the game runs like a dream for me. Holding steady at 60 FPS on medium settings, this game has been one of the favorites since 2015. Whether I'm sneaking through shadows or engaging in epic firefights, the controls feel incredibly smooth and responsive. I find that the game's open-ended mission structure works perfectly for the deck's portability. I can jump in for a quick mission, or I'll spend hours carefully plotting out my next big move. The fact that I can pick it up anytime, even if it's just for a few minutes, makes it super convenient and keeps me engaged. What makes Phantom Pain perfect for me is the sheer replayability and strategy it offers, and the fact that I can take this experience on the go is just fantastic. I first played it on the Steam Deck back in 2021, and if you're into stealth action games, this is one you absolutely can't miss on the deck. Every time I think I'm done with a mission, I find myself wanting to dive back in for more. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was one of those surprise hits that completely won me over with its perfect blend of humor, heart, and action. I get to play as Star-Lord, leading this team of misfit heroes on an epic adventure to save the galaxy from a huge threat. The gameplay is a fun mix of third-person shooting and team-based combat, where I'm constantly giving commands to the other Guardians during battles. But what really makes this game shine for me is the storytelling and the hilarious banter between the characters. It's just pure fun from start to finish. On the Steam Deck, Guardians of the Galaxy runs beautifully at around 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings. Even on the smaller screen, the visuals are stunning, and the controls feel responsive enough to make every battle fluid. Plus, the deck's portability makes it so easy for me to jump into a chapter whenever I want without feeling like I'm tied down to long play sessions. It's awesome to be able to pick it up for just a bit or spend hours exploring the galaxy. The best part? This game is all about enjoying the journey and the interactions between the characters, which makes it perfect for casual play on the Steam Deck. Whether I'm battling space baddies or just hanging out on the Milano with my crew, it's a must-play for Marvel fans and action lovers alike. It has kept me entertained for hours ever since it's released in 2021, even on the go.
Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Underrated gems that I think took the open world formula and gave it a fresh martial arts twist. I step into the shoes of Wei Shen, an undercover cop trying to take down the triads from the inside in a gritty, action-packed version of Hong Kong. The game blends intense hand-to-hand combat, third-person shooting, and an engaging storyline that really makes me feel like I'm part of a crime thriller. The game was released on Steam Deck in 2014. The definitive edition runs at a smooth 60 FPS on medium settings, keeping all the action sharp and responsive. Whether I'm speeding through a fast-paced car chase or throwing punches in a brutal fistfight, the deck handles it like a pro without any hiccups. The open-world map is perfect for those pick-up-and-play moments, allowing me to explore the vibrant streets of Hong Kong whenever I have some time to spare. The story and side activities are so engaging that I often lose track of time. It's one of those games that I can play in short bursts or sink hours into, depending on my mood. The game's combat system is super satisfying, making every fight feel impactful, and the variety of missions keeps things fresh. If you love open-world games but want something with a unique flavor, Sleeping Dogs is a fantastic choice on the Steam Deck. It's been one of my go-to games ever since I downloaded it in 2020. The Evil Within 2. If you're into psychological horror with a mix of third-person shooting, I think The Evil Within 2 is a perfect fit. I step into the shoes of Sebastian Castellanos, a detective who's forced to enter a terrifying alternate world to rescue his daughter. The game masterfully balances survival horror with action, keeping me on my toes with limited ammo and some seriously creepy enemies that are always lurking around every corner. I love how the game keeps me guessing, never knowing what's going to happen next. On the Steam Deck, The Evil Within 2 runs at a solid 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings, which feels perfect for a game that relies heavily on its chilling atmosphere. The smaller screen really amps up the tension, making every jump scare even more intense for me. The controls feel tight, and with the deck's portability, I can dip into the horror whenever I feel brave enough. I first played it on the deck in 2015, a year after its release on Steam Deck, and it is still as exciting as ever. What makes it particularly suited for the deck is that I can pace myself with the game's chapters. It's a psychological roller coaster, and sometimes a break between sessions is exactly what I need. This one's definitely a must-play for horror fans who like a challenge, especially in handheld form. It's terrifying in all the right ways. Plus, the way it handles on the Steam Deck makes it feel like the perfect horror experience on the go. Days Gone. Days Gone throws me into a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombie-like creatures called Freakers. I play as Deacon St. John, a drifter and bounty hunter navigating this dangerous landscape on my trusty motorcycle. The game, released on Steam Deck in 2021, mixes third-person shooting with open-world exploration, along with some intense survival mechanics that really keep me engaged. On the Steam Deck, Days Gone runs impressively well, hovering around 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings. I love how the open-world environment looks fantastic on the deck's screen, making every ride feel immersive. The controls, especially for bike riding, translate smoothly to handheld play, which is crucial for me. Whether I'm taking on a horde or just cruising through the wasteland, the deck handles it beautifully. What I find cool about Days Gone is how it fits perfectly into both short and long play sessions. I can tackle a mission or two, clear out some freaker nests, and then set it aside until my next gaming session. This game has a great blend of action, exploration, and survival elements that keeps me coming back for more. Enjoyed how well it adapts to my gaming style, making it perfectly suited for the deck. The storyline also captivates me, blending emotional depth with thrilling moments. I appreciate how the character development adds layers to the experience, making me invested in Deacon's journey. The immersive audio and atmospheric effects really enhance the gameplay, drawing me deeper into this chaotic world. Every encounter feels meaningful, whether I'm racing against time or just trying to survive another day. Crab Champions. One of those quirky, fast-paced shooters that I didn't know I needed. I play as a crab. Yes, a crab, and I'm thrown into various arenas to battle waves of enemies using guns and crazy power-ups. It's a mix of roguelike mechanics and third-person shooting, with every run feeling unique thanks to the ever-changing gear and upgrades. The game runs incredibly well on the Steam Deck, maintaining 60 FPS on low to medium settings. I absolutely love how its cartoonish visuals and fast-paced gameplay fit perfectly with the deck's controls. The smooth performance makes the whole experience even more fun. Plus, I find it super easy to jump into for a quick run, making it a great pick-up and play option. What makes Crab Champions perfect for me on the Steam Deck is its replayability. Each run feels different, and the quick gameplay loops mean I can dive in for a short session or go all in for hours if I want to. It's goofy, it's fast, and it's become one of my favorite roguelike shooters to take with me on the go. Since it first launched on the deck in 2023, I've really enjoyed how it allows me to unwind and have a blast, no matter where I am. The variety in gameplay keeps me coming back for more, and I never know what to expect next, which makes it all the more exciting. Plus, the colorful environments and creative enemy designs always bring a smile to my face, making each session feel like a wild adventure. I can easily lose track of time while battling it out in this fun, chaotic world. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition is the remastered collection of the epic sci-fi trilogy that I can't get enough of. I follow Commander Shepard as they try to save the galaxy from an ancient threat known as the Reapers. The game mixes third-person shooting with RPG elements, allowing me to build relationships, make impactful decisions, and shape the future of the galaxy in a way that feels personal and engaging. On the Steam Deck, I'm thrilled that all three games run smoothly at 60 FPS on medium settings, which is impressive given how much content is packed in. The visuals have been updated beautifully, and playing these spacefaring adventures on the go feels like a dream come true. I love how the controls translate perfectly to the deck, making it easy for me to navigate the galaxy map or jump into firefights without a hitch. Whether I'm playing for the first time or revisiting the series, the Legendary Edition is a must-play on the Steam Deck. The episodic structure of the games means I can easily tackle a mission or two and pick it up later whenever I want. It's a sci-fi experience I won't want to miss on handheld. Since its release on the Steam Deck in 2021, I've found myself lost in the lore and character arcs, and it's truly one of my favorite ways to experience this legendary saga. Every choice I make feels weighty, and I love how my decisions can lead to vastly different outcomes, keeping the adventure fresh and exciting. Saints Row the Third. Saints Row the Third is where I feel the series fully embraced its over-the-top, ridiculous nature. I lead the 3rd Street Saints as we take on rival gangs and a shadowy organization known as the Syndicate. It's pure chaos, with wacky weapons, crazy missions, and a storyline that doesn't take itself seriously, which makes it an absolute blast for me to play. On the Steam Deck, I'm excited to see the game run at a solid 60 FPS on medium settings. The wild action translates perfectly to handheld play, and I love that I can enjoy it anywhere. Whether I'm skydiving into a penthouse or fighting off gangs with a giant purple bat, the deck handles the mayhem without any hiccups. The sheer fun and ridiculousness of Saints Row the Third make it a perfect fit for the deck, in my opinion. It's great for short bursts of chaotic gameplay or longer sessions when I'm in the mood for some wild open-world fun. If I need a break from serious games, this one's my go-to for some mindless, over-the-top action. Since its release on the Steam Deck in 2011, it has become my favorite way to unwind and just enjoy some laugh-out-loud moments. I love that I can dive into the mayhem whenever I want, and every play session leaves me smiling. Plus, the customization options are a blast, allowing me to create my own unique character and outfit. I often find myself just roaming the streets, causing chaos and enjoying the outrageous antics. With so much to do and endless ways to play, this game truly never gets old.
This island is chaos, and nobody does that better than you.
Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2 is all about action, chaos, and massive explosions, and I can't get enough of it. I play as Rico Rodriguez, a one-man army sent to the island of Panau to overthrow a dictator. The game lets me go wild with its open-world design, using Rico's iconic grappling hook and parachute to scale mountains, hijack vehicles, and wreak havoc. It feels like I'm living in an action movie with an endless playground for destruction. On the Steam Deck, Just Cause 2 runs smoothly at around 60 FPS on medium settings, which makes the experience as fluid as it was on larger platforms. I love how the grappling hook mechanics feel great on the deck's controls, and I find that the smaller screen doesn't take away from the massive world and insane stunts. This is one of those games where I can easily spend hours messing around or jump in for a quick explosive mission. What makes it a perfect fit for the Steam Deck is its replayability and sheer fun factor, which I really appreciate. The game doesn't take itself seriously, so I can relax, blow things up, and enjoy a good laugh. It's a great way for me to let off steam, pun intended, after a long day. Since its release on the Steam Deck in 2010, if I'm looking for a game that's all about fun and freedom, Just Cause 2 is definitely on my list. Every time I play, I find new ways to create chaos, and it never gets old. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is Lara Croft's second adventure in the rebooted series, and I think it's a thrilling mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. This time, I'm following Lara as she searches for the lost city of Kitej in Siberia while battling a secret organization called Trinity. The game blends third-person shooting with platforming and environmental puzzles, creating a well-rounded experience that keeps me engaged. On the Steam Deck, Rise of the Tomb Raider runs at around 40 to 50 FPS on medium settings, which is more than enough to keep the action smooth for me. I love how the game's detailed environments and weather effects still look great on the smaller screen, and the combat feels responsive, especially with the deck's comfortable controls that fit perfectly in my hands. What makes this game perfect for the Steam Deck is the structure of its missions, which I find really appealing. I can easily jump into a tomb for some quick puzzle solving or take on a combat-heavy section when I have more time to dedicate. Plus, the portability means I can explore Lara's world anytime, anywhere. Whether I'm a longtime fan or new to the series, I believe this one's a must-play for action-adventure fans, especially since it was released on the Steam Deck in 2016. Every time I dive in, I feel like I'm embarking on a new adventure. The game's mix of thrilling combat and intricate puzzles keeps me on my toes, ensuring that each session feels fresh and exciting. I really appreciate the variety of challenges, from stealthy approaches to full-on battles, making every encounter memorable. Hitman Absolution. Hitman Absolution is a stealth-based third-person shooter where I step into the shoes of Agent 47, a master assassin. In this game, I appreciate how it takes a more story-driven approach than earlier titles, with Agent 47 trying to protect a girl while dodging enemies and executing his contracts. It's a fantastic mix of stealth, puzzle-solving, and action, where I find that patience and strategy are key to success. On the Steam Deck, the game runs well, clocking around 50 to 60 FPS on medium settings, which is impressive for such a detailed game. The levels are relatively small in scale, making them perfect for handheld play. I love that I can replay missions to try different approaches, which keeps the game feeling fresh, and the controls feel tight and responsive when I'm lining up that perfect silent kill. What really works for me in Hitman Absolution on the Steam Deck is its mission-based structure. I can complete a contract in a short session or spend time planning the perfect assassination if I have more time to invest. The mix of stealth and action makes it a versatile game for handheld play, and the fact that each mission can be approached in multiple ways adds to its replay value. It's a perfect fit for stealth enthusiasts on the go. It was released on the Steam Deck in 2012 and is still a favorite for many gamers. Every time I jump in, I feel like I'm crafting my own unique story, immersing myself in a world filled with tension and excitement. Palworld. Palworld feels like if Pokemon met third-person shooting with a twist of crafting and survival. I capture these cute creatures called pals, and instead of just battling with them, I can also use them in combat or even have them build and craft things for me. The game has a quirky and somewhat bizarre tone, blending adorable visuals with intense shooting action that I can't get enough of. When I play on the Steam Deck, Palworld hits around 50 to 60 FPS on medium settings, which is impressive for both exploration and action elements. The controls feel great, and managing my pals during combat is a breeze with the deck's layout. I love that it's perfect for both quick play sessions and longer deep dives into building my pal empire. What's really fun for me about Palworld is its combination of cute and chaotic gameplay. I can easily spend time just exploring the world with my pals or jump into intense shootouts where they help me take down enemies. It's a unique blend of genres that feels right at home on the Steam Deck, and the portable nature means I can take my pals with me anywhere I go. It was released on the Steam Deck in 2024, and I always find something new to enjoy, whether I'm in the mood for crafting or action-packed moments. Plus, the dynamic environments and engaging quests keep me coming back for more, making every play session feel fresh and exciting. Overall, I truly enjoy how it challenges me to strategize while still offering tons of fun. Dead Space. The 2008 Dead Space is a sci-fi horror classic that I still think holds up brilliantly. I play as Isaac Clarke, an engineer stuck on a spaceship infested with terrifying necromorphs. The game mixes third-person shooting with survival horror, where conserving ammo and solving environmental puzzles become essential for my survival. On the Steam Deck, Dead Space runs at around 50 FPS on medium settings, which really helps maintain the tension and atmosphere the game is known for. The tight corridors and dark environments look fantastic on the deck's screen, and I find the controls feel responsive, especially when I'm in the middle of a terrifying necromorph encounter. What I love about this game is how perfectly it suits handheld play because of its chapter-based structure. I can easily tackle a section of the ship and then take a break. But let's be real, I often find it hard to stop once I'm hooked by the suspense. Dead Space remains one of my favorite survival horror experiences, and playing it on the go adds a whole new layer of tension that keeps me engaged. I appreciate the immersive gameplay. The atmospheric sound design and jump scares constantly keep me on edge, making every play session thrilling. Every encounter feels intense, and I find myself genuinely holding my breath at times. If you're looking for a gripping horror experience, Dead Space is absolutely worth diving into. Just make sure to keep the lights on. The game's chilling narrative has me constantly guessing what will happen next, too. Orcs Must Die 2. A unique blend of tower defense and third-person shooting that I can't get enough of. I team up with a friend to defend our fortresses from waves of orcs using a combination of traps and weapons. It's fast-paced, chaotic, and incredibly satisfying for me to watch hordes of enemies get obliterated by my carefully placed defenses. The game runs at a comfortable 60 FPS on the Steam Deck with medium settings, which I really appreciate. The cartoonish art style looks fantastic on the smaller screen, and the controls are perfect for the fast-paced action and trap placement. The deck's portability is a huge bonus. It makes it so easy for me to jump into a few waves of orcs whenever I have a few minutes to spare. What I love most is how these games shines on the Steam Deck because of its pick-up-and-play nature. I can easily hop into a quick match whenever I'm in the mood, and the co-op mode adds even more replayability to my gaming sessions. If you're like me and enjoy tower defense mixed with action, Orcs Must Die 2 is a fantastic choice for the deck. Playing it on the go is just the cherry on top. This game was released on this 2012, and it's become one of my go-to titles for quick gaming sessions. I can easily lose track of time while strategizing my defenses, making each wave feel fresh and engaging. Alien Swarm Reactive Drop. A top-down co-op shooter that I absolutely love. In this game, I team up with my friends to take on waves of alien enemies. I can choose from different classes, each with unique abilities, and we have to work together to complete missions while fending off hordes of aliens. It's intense and requires teamwork to survive, which makes every session exciting. The game runs at a smooth 60 FPS on the Steam Deck, which I find perfect for fast-paced action. The controls translate really well, and the co-op nature means I can easily jump into a game with friends wherever I am. Even though it's top-down, the third-person elements of aiming and shooting fit comfortably on the deck, making it feel more immersive. What I love most is that Alien Swarm Reactive Drop is perfect for quick sessions or long co-op runs. Its replayability and co-op focus make it a great choice for the Steam Deck, especially when I want to team up with friends for some alien-slaying action on the go. I first played this gem when it was released on the Steam Deck in 2017, and I haven't stopped enjoying it since. Whether I'm diving into a quick match or settling in for a longer play session, it never fails to deliver a thrilling experience. I also appreciate the variety of missions and challenges, which keeps things fresh and exciting. Each game session can feel different based on our team composition and strategies. I truly believe that third-person shooters are a genre that shines on the Steam Deck. With its portability, powerful hardware, and comfortable controls, the deck is perfect for taking these action-packed adventures with me wherever I go. Whether I'm in the mood for intense firefights or more strategic, slow-paced shooters, I find there's something here for everyone. Hopefully, this list has given me some great options to dive into. I'm curious about what your favorite third-person shooters are on the deck. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. I'm always looking for new games to try. The thrill of discovering hidden gems and sharing recommendations makes the gaming experience even more enjoyable. I also appreciate how the Steam Deck allows me to play both well-known titles and indie gems, each offering unique gameplay experiences. So if you have any suggestions or insights, I'd love to hear them. It's all about finding those games that truly resonate with us. Hit that like button if you found this helpful. Show your support by liking and subscribing. Let's reach 10,000 subscribers together.
You gotta ask yourself, what does it matter if everyone else is dead?